Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you to the members of the committee for allowing me to be here today. I'd like to welcome Lauren Gilbert, who's come from Orange County, California. We appreciate you participating, and thank you as well to Johnny Taylor, the President and CEO of SHRM, for appearing before the committee today. SHRM has been an invaluable resource and partner in my Workflex bill, so thank you very much. During the hearing, everyone has talked about the details of my legislation, and I wanted to talk today about why I decided to introduce this bill. I keep hearing from constituents that they want to establish a better work-life balance. And as a mother of four who are now millennials, I can relate to the struggle of balancing a career and raising children. See, I also was a California state senator. I traveled for 10 years back and forth from Southern California to Northern California when my children were very young. But the challenges aren't just limited to those with young children. We can all relate to the difficulty in finding time to take care of personal responsibilities like going to a doctor's appointment, or others want to volunteer in their communities, maybe train for a triathlon or open a side business online. Many of us have aging parents, I know I do, some of whom need our assistance with errands and medical visits. In fact, I was talking to a constituent who had to help her elderly mother make a cross-country move, and she drove her mother from Orange County to Georgia in order to help coordinate movers, and then took her mother to her new home in Michigan. The entire trip took her 9 days. She has a job that could be done remotely, but because her company doesn't allow telework or other flexible work arrangements, she had to use a combination of vacation days and unpaid time off to help her mother. While moving her mother was a one-time occurrence, many of us have weekly or daily obligations that require much more flexibility in our work schedules. The bottom line is, we all have lives outside of work and responsibilities that we must address. And work schedules shouldn't prevent us from doing those things. We all find ways to balance work, families, and hobbies. And my bill can make it easier and less stressful to find that balance. Workflex isn't a silver bullet, but it is an idea that gives employees the benefits they want: paid time off and flexible work schedules. Employers can better recruit and retain employees by offering paid leave combined with Workflex benefits. Importantly, employers who offer paid leave and Workflex options would be required to provide them to all of their employees, including part-time, low-wage, exempt, and hourly. It is important to note that employees are not required to choose a Workflex option if they don't want. If a traditional 9-to-5 schedule works for them, they can continue to maintain it, and they'll still get paid leave benefits. Employees are also protected from retaliation and coercion if they decline to participate in a Workflex option. And employers are subject to state and local penalties if they don't comply with the terms of the Workflex plan. My legislation is a common sense approach that gives employees the benefits they've been increasingly asking for while ensuring they receive those benefits. Before I yield back, I'd like to ask a question of Ms. Gilbert. Orange County, like many other communities throughout the country, is a fast-paced suburban area. Orange County residents are just like millions of others in this country. Lots of demands placed on our time. Many residents have long commutes to their jobs. Kids are very engaged in after-school activities, and it is home to retirement communities. Based on your discussions with your clients, could you talk a little bit about how Workflex can help them improve their quality of life?
Thank you, Congresswoman Walters, for this piece of potential legislation and for your question. So, yes, I can think of one client of mine who for over 20 years has commuted from Orange County to LA, working for a publicly traded company, and has had no flexibility in her work schedule. She, at the same time, has been raising her daughter as a single mom. Very difficult situation indeed, and has spent in our, as you well know, our roads, an hour and a half each way every day, Monday through Friday, getting to work and staying long hours and then coming back home late at night. So yes, this kind of legislation would help families like hers to improve their quality of life and be able to potentially do a telework, even if it were for one day of being able to do a telework situation. She has an office job, so in a sense, there's no real reason why, in this case, that couldn't be done. So I think that kind of flexibility would be very, very attractive. I can think of another 2 women who went to got Ivy League educations and are attorneys, and found that the workplace of being a partner in law firms was not flexible. And together they started their own practice together, offering opportunities for other women attorneys who had great backgrounds to be able to still work. So when you think about all the different fields, like whether they are attorneys wanting to continue on and be partners in law firms, so service organizations or retail or all these other different industries, this kind of legislation would provide a much better quality of life and work-life balance for people.
Thank you, and I'm out of time. Thank you.
I thank the gentlelady.